this might offend you, and I really don't care because I'm gonna keep this real. The one thing that I've noticed about my people is we respond better and more to ignorance than we do education. We respond more to foolishness than we do information. If you notice that, look at some of the material that we watch more and more as a people. We watch more reality television. We listen more to rap music. We listen more to things that don't edify us, don't educate us, don't sharpen our mind, as they say, iron sharpens iron. No, we'd rather watch Real Housewives of Atlanta before we watch something to educate our minds. We'd rather watch and study and look at celebrities, and we idolize celebrities, wondering why our own lives are in shambles. Like I said before, and like Deion Sanders has said before, you have to be careful who you make a role model, because you could just be looking at a model that's playing a role. There is something very, very wrong in the black community when the NBA athlete is idolized more than the lawyer or the doctor. There is something very wrong in the black community when the hardworking father that goes out there every day, does what he's supposed to do for his children, or the hardworking mother that's doing what she's supposed to do, she has to contend for her son's admiration or her daughter's admiration and respect with Sukiyana, Sexy Red, Nicki Minaj, all these other women. And this is not the real interesting part is what people don't understand, the entertainment industry that we are sitting up here listening to constantly. Do you know the entertainment industry is telling you a message and preaching a gospel, if you will, preaching a message to you, they ain't following themselves. You got women out here like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj making songs about AWOP and all this other foolishness, meanwhile telling these women to be city girls and everything else. Meanwhile, these women is married. These women out here telling you to act fast, act like a city girl, do this, all that, and the third. They are married women out here. The same thing. It is so ironic to me that we let such a small percentage of our population, because everybody is not a rapper, everybody is not a actor, everybody is not an entertainer. We let such a small percentage of our population control the masses' mindset. And that's the same thing even with media. There was a book I was reading. It was called A Nefarious Plot by Steve Deese. Do you know that only 7% of the United States population watches news, period? Yet whatever the news says, whatever CNN tells you, whatever MSNBC tells you, that then becomes the mainstream narrative for black people. And I'm sorry to tell you this. I'm sorry to have to be the bearer of bad news here. But let me explain something to y'all people, because the bottom line is where people make their mistake. We allow mass media to manipulate us on a constant basis, and then we never ask ourselves, why are we allowing this to be done? We would rather be entertained than educated. Our net worth is going to be zero by 2050, and yet we are always, as a race, we are spending more money than we are ever taking in. And that's just the net of the situation. We are always spending more than we taking in. But I got a question for you. When are you going to wake up and when are you going to smell the coffee? We would rather soak in ignorance or wallow in ignorance than soak in real, genuine success as a people. That's why I whether I like him or not, I have to acknowledge what Charleston White said in his interview. I can understand why he said next year he'll start saying to hell with black people, because black people are some of the most hypocritical. We are, and we are. We do the most judging to everybody else but ourselves. We do the most judging with the least to bring to the table. And that's another thing people want to talk about. And now I disagree with Charleston here when he was talking about, he said F Deion Sanders. Let me tell you something. Black people, we need to understand the game we are operating in is a series of isms. Racism, capitalism, nepotism. The world we live in, I'm sorry to tell you, is a series of isms. You're supposed to look out for your son. You're supposed to look out for your daughter. You're supposed to look out for your people. Once you have gotten yourself together, once your house is in order, then you start looking for and worrying about your brothers and your sisters. Because a house divided against itself cannot stand. That's what my Lord and Master said. And let me tell you something. My Lord and my Master, he didn't just mean that metaphorically. He meant that quite literally. If you as men, if us as men, if our house ain't in order, guess what? How the hell are we going to tell our brothers and sisters what to do? If we ain't doing what the hell we supposed to do as men, how the hell we going to tell our sisters how to dress, how to walk, how to act, how to talk? That's why you'll never really hear me bashing black women, because all women are looking for men they can admire. So what happens when black women cannot admire the man that looks like them? Guess what? They're going to go somewhere else, and they should. They will go somewhere else, and they should. If you can't be accountable to yourself for where you are in life, guess what? You don't deserve to get but however far you've already gotten. So when will we wake up? That is my question.